Well, hello, good morning. This is Cliff from II Crew England Speaks Out. How are you all? A little bit later than ever, but today we are going to discuss what is the best time a boxer should weight train. The first question is, should a boxer weight train? We should be asking ourselves. The answer to that is yes, definitely. Weight training is different to bodybuilding. Right? Bodybuilding, you want to put on muscle mass. That is your main objective. Put on muscle mass and then shape the body, the physique. Cosmetics. A boxer is different. A boxer uses weight training to enhance strength and power. But when does the boxer weight train? Let's just talk about the amateur boxer. Supposing you're an amateur boxer that you train 3 times a week. What we used to do was we would train Tuesdays and Thursdays and Sunday mornings. So that gives you ample time as an amateur during the other days to do your weight training. But what happens if you're a top class amateur boxer and you really are wanting to get into prime condition? You up your training schedule to at least 5 times, 6 times a week, right? But when do you weight train? If you're that type of amateur boxer, you're training 5, 6 times a week. For anything up to 2 hours a night. The most important thing for a boxer is to fight, is to box, is to spar in your training. That is the most important thing. Sparring. What we used to do was we'd arrive and we'd go through some basic warm-up exercises, neck rolls, shoulder rolls, hip rolls, warm yourself up generally. Then we'd do sparring whilst we're fresh. And some of us would do skipping, sparring, skipping and sparring, that type of thing. So we'd all get through our sparring sessions. We would then proceed to do some bag work, punch bag work and pad work. So some of us would be on the bags, pad work, bag work, like that. And then right at the end, we'd finish with some calisthenics, press-ups, sit-ups, jumping jacks, tuck jumps, star jumps, all that type of thing. And that pretty much would take you into that 2-hour range. And I can tell you, after all that, you'd be pretty fatigued and not ready to do weight training. But weight training should be included in with the body weight circuit, like dumbbells, that type of thing. So you are getting your resistance training in and going. That is the hardest category. Amateur boxers, top class amateur boxers that hold a 9-to-5 job, that devote most of their time to actually doing the boxing training and are trying to fit in some weight training. But the weight training is absolutely invaluable. But that is the hardest category. The second category is the amateur boxer that's just in maintenance mode. That could be closed season in the amateur ranks, that's in the summertime. So they're in maintenance mode and they go training 3 times a week. Twice during the week and once at the weekend, as I've just said. We used to do Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday morning. That gives you Monday and Wednesday to do your weight training. So you fit that into your lifestyle. So if you're working during the day, that would mean in the evenings you do your weight training. Simple. The third category is the professional boxers. Now, these are easy, because if you're a professional boxer, you can split your training up. So, first thing in the morning, running. That's what most pro boxers do. Will get up and have an early morning run. Come back home, go back to bed. That's why Rocky Marciano's and all the greats, Mike Tyson's, all of them, they would have an early morning run, and we're talking about early, 5:30ish in the morning, do their run, which should be anything up between 5 and 7, up to 7 miles, between 5 and 7 miles. And they would go back to bed, they would go back to sleep and rest. And rest probably up to about 11, 12, that type of time. They would then get up and eat and have a good breakfast, porridge oats and all that type of thing, real nutritious breakfast, and then go and do their training, their boxing training. Normally they'd be near, in close location to their training facilities. Some actually even take up residence and live within the training facility. But you get me? You go for the run, early morning run, and go back to bed and get some rest. then they do their mainstay boxing training, which, dependent on what phase they were at, if it was a 12-week phase, they could very well be doing stamina and strength work initially, with less focus on sparring, and then as the training camp, the training cycle progresses, cutting down more on that and increasing more on the sparring. But what I'm saying is, normally throughout the afternoon they would be doing their boxing training, and they would fit weight training in the evening. Now, why would they fit the weight training in the evening? Because they've done all the hard work with the focus mitt training, the sparring, the skipping, the bag work, all that type of stuff. They've done that during the afternoon. And they've obviously had a rest and eaten something, and you know, it's getting near to the end of their training day, but they want to fit in some weight training, which probably would last about 15-20 minutes, and they probably do a full body workout in that, probably twice a week, something like that. Okay, and then it's done, and then they rest. And they'll be in bed between 9 and 10 o'clock. And that is the way to do it. If you can do your weight training in the evenings, it's better. It's a much better thing to do your weight training in the evening. Why? Because post-weight training, you need to rest. Weight training is one of the most concentrated forms of exercise there is. I'm not saying it's the most important, you know, like I've just said, a boxer needs to fight, a boxer needs to spar. That has got to be the essence of a boxer, of a fighter. But weight training is the most concentrated form of exercise there is. And this is why it's always a good idea to do your weight training sessions PM in the evening. So what can we learn from a boxer? From boxing? Much. But if we do our weight training sessions in the evenings and sleep follows, that is the most beneficial, preferable time for us. There'll be some of you that'll be shift workers that, you know, might have to do things differently. But that is my advice. Where possible, do your weight training sessions in the evening, because post-weight training sessions will follow sleep, and that's proper rest, and that's the type of proper rest that you need post-weight training. So I hope this has helped you, and thank you very much for listening, and I will speak again to you very, very, very soon. This is Cliff from II Crew England. Love you loads. Ciao.